Hey racers, this week's GT4 Cup takes place at the Autodromo Nazionale Monza. That should be fun.
So here we are at our first and only quali lap of this race, and I made a little mistake going into Seconda Variante. Lost about 6/10 here, but all in all it was quite a solid lap. I could have gone a little bit quicker, but 2 minutes 54.4 was enough for P7. This was our starting position for the first race. And yeah, Monza is a lot of carnage usually, but I honestly didn't expect going into the first banking to have this mayhem. Lots of cars got crashed out here, a small little crash. And after 3 minutes of spending in the pit lane, we finished this race on a lonely 18th place. Actually, there was quite some cars that had damage and had to get fixed in the pit lane. So yeah, P18, let's watch what happened here. The green and the red cars came together and they blocked the middle of the road. Everybody just crashed into each other. It was like 15 cars bunched up together. So we go into the next race. I had a little bit of a better qualifying run here. Started P3, but I missed the start. I forgot literally to shift and got passed by a couple of cars. But this time we survived the first couple of meters as I tried to go very narrow here on the first banking. Yeah, if you might have noticed, we are not running the normal Monza layout. We are running the full layout with the 2 banked corners. And this is going to give us lots of slipstream battles and close racing. Stay tuned throughout this race. And we actually managed to get into the front, but further behind the back you will see another crash going into the main straight. We're gonna have a look at that later. I was quite shocked seeing that in the mirror, and I thought, alright, let's back out of here. This race might be crazier than I thought. We don't want to get crashed out into the first couple of corners again. Take it easy, brake much earlier than you think.
P17 is behind us. The guy that started P17 is right behind us. What happened?
Yeah, let's check out what happened. Here is P17, the guy that originally started P17, the white BMW, and he had quite a nice tactic here. Stay narrow, stay out of trouble, and now the crash is going to play out in front of him. And he got so lucky to avoid everything here. And that's how he ends up right behind me. There's the black Porsche, that's me. And he started P17 and is now basically battling it out with us for the lead of the race. So we are a bunch of cars. We are in 5th, and because of the crash, we have a little bit of a buffer, so it looks like this group right here of 6, maybe 7 cars is going to battle it out for the lead. And the way this race is going to pan out will surprise you. As P17 guy, Abdelrahman, is trying to go past us here, going into the Ascari chicane. We stay on the inside and manage to keep ahead for now. We lost a little bit the guys in front of us, Mitchell Brady in the purple Porsche, and it is very crucial to get back into the slipstream. And we skip that to lap number 2 as we are slowly making progress towards the front group. Going into Prima Variante, we are very close now to the white BMW.
Somebody cut the chicane.
Yeah, I was complaining that somebody cut the chicane here. It was Brady in the purple Porsche, and he probably has a yielding penalty. So he slows down a little bit, covers up the inside into Curva Grande, but for the second Variante, we have the inside now. Yeah, pretty clean overtake, but considering the fact that he probably slowed down, nothing serious, but one position is very crucial here, making progress, and Abdelrahman follows us behind, overtaking Brady in the purple Porsche as well. As we jumped ahead to lap number 4, the beginning of lap number 4, I was making slow progress towards the guys ahead, but so was Brady in the purple Porsche. He was in my slipstream for almost 2 laps, and finally, he was close enough to get the overtake done. Not much we can do here. But he actually brought us closer with his slipstream to the guys ahead. So somehow getting overtaken by Brady brought us closer to the group in front with the slipstream. And now we are approaching Prima Variante again. And we are very, very close now to the AMG. Maybe a little bit of a tap from behind, but nothing serious. And we get through this corner quite cleanly, actually. And back to P4. We tuck in behind Brady again. But yeah, this group was fighting all the time. It was very difficult to see who is going to win this race. And if you are bunched up together, you have to brake much earlier than you think. If you make the mistake to brake too late, it's gonna be mayhem. A big crash is going to occur. So brake a little bit earlier. You are in the slipstream anyway, so on the straights you will not lose any time, as Chase in the red and blue Porsche goes a little bit wide, gets overtaken by myself and by the white Porsche, the white BMW of Eduardo, and we approach the Ascari chicane. Look how many cars there are: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a 7th in the background there. All of us can get the victory here, so very close racing. It's basically a slipstream battle from start to the finish. So P3 for now, which is quite encouraging that we got all the positions we lost in the start back, and also we are still alive. You just saw how easy it is to get crashed out in this race, and it's looking good because the leaders, Brady in the purple Porsche and Sergio in the IMG, are fighting it out. Now the purple Porsche zigzags a little bit around the back straight here, which was a little bit too much for my liking. It's very dangerous to do that. We are so many cars bunched up together going 176 miles an hour, even faster in the slipstream. If you do this, it's gonna get dangerous, and now we are in a very dangerous situation. Both cars, left and right to us, we're sandwiched, and we wiggle around a little bit, and we crash out. Chase, very unlucky, and somehow we also managed to avoid Brady going into turn 1 of the normal Monza layout, and we get this overtake done. This was super dangerous. The sandwich situation was crazy. There was nothing I can do there. Very unlucky for Chase that he got crashed out. And now the question is, can we get away from those two guys? Because if we cannot, they will be in our slipstream and we will be dragging them behind us for all the straights and all the bank corners, and there's a bunch of them in Monza. 1.2 seconds the gap, which is the cusp of being in the slipstream. We need 1.5 seconds to be clear, but it didn't happen. We jumped to lap number 6 and Brady is behind us. He got into the slipstream and going into Prima Variante, he overtook us. Not much we can do here. We have a little bit of a gap to the guys behind, which is one good thing going into the chicane. But yeah, this will change very soon, because every single meter that you're fighting here, you're losing so much time, and the guys behind will catch up. Yeah, as soon as somebody is in your slipstream, you can see here now 4-car slipstream train. It's impossible to get away. This is the part of the race where we have the most amount of corners, sectors, yeah, 3 to 5, the Lesmos, the chicanes, and the Ascari. But yeah, it didn't work out. We stayed like this for one more lap, and we are going now into the final lap. Still 4-car slipstream train. Any of us can get this race win. Let's see who it's gonna be. Is there gonna be another crash? So we are following along Brady. He's zigzagging again on the back straight, and here I decided that I don't want to overtake him just now. I lifted, as you can see here, a little lift, and now we are on full throttle again, and I wanted to overtake him on the main straight going into Prima Variante, but it was a little bit too late. My timing was a little bit off. The corner is already coming. We are now alongside him, and we couldn't clear him before the braking zone. He's still there on the inside. We have to brake around the 200-meter board. We brake, and he keeps the inside. I was hoping that he might overshoot it. He didn't. Spot on braking point. GG's to Brady, and we have to stick behind him going into Curva Grande. We will have one more chance, maybe going into Ascari or maybe in the Lesmos, I don't know. But yeah, at this stage he probably has the better position. It's difficult to get past on this corner here. Also, we got a better exit going into the first Lesmo. Nothing we can do. Flick it on the inside, he covers it. Here again, better exit. He covers the inside. Go on the outside for the second Lesmo. Nothing you can do on the outside. It's difficult, and we get a tap from Eduardo. So you see, this fighting with Brady brought Eduardo and the AMG right into play. We go into Ascar. This is the last chance to go for the win. He brakes a little bit early, and we have a slight tap, which, yeah, shoves Brady a little wide. Not the cleanest move, I have to admit that. But all of this fighting brought the AMG right into play, and we are now leading the race going into the last corner of this 20-minute slipstream battle. We have to brake a little bit earlier. We are on the middle of the road, and the AMG sticks it on the outside. We have the better line here, but it looks like we don't have the perfect acceleration. We are side by side. It's basically a drag race to the finish line, and we are starting to creep back up, but it doesn't hold. Yeah, it's not enough.
What a race, man. What a race. Oh, hey. Oh. That cost me 4 incident points, bro.
Yeah, Brady clearly unhappy with this move here, but from the AMG's perspective, you can see that it was the slightest of taps. I would consider this a racing incident. Nothing dirty in mind here. Happy with the result of the race, but if you lose it on a photo finish, of course, you cannot be that happy, but we should be. Thank you very much for watching along. Drop a thumbs up. Very important. And see you soon in the next one. Subscribe to the channel. Bye bye.